that having all drums stops niggas from eating your food.
No, I probably believe that. He said if you have all drums, it'll stop people from eating your food. I don't fuck with drums, but if I'm hungry, I'm eating that shit. Nobody's eating my food. These niggas tryna be for me about some memories.
Hey, yo, Rand, turn that up.
I don't really give a fuck about memories. These niggas tryna be for me about some memories. All they really got on me is memories. Come on, fuck them bitches, man. All right, y'all, boy.
And it's brought to you by Cane's. They make very good fucking seals. Oh, what, you don't want to be near me now because you're wrong?
It's been
I don't want
sad.
your voice to pick up on mine.
It was some drippage on the floor just now.
It's a little drippage.
Where?
Bit.
Just a little bit of drippage.
Nigga, because you sound like you lying.
I think if we run back the camera, able
Nigga,
to show
nah.
the drip.
What?
Look at it. It's wet right there. It's wet right there. Like I have to put the
Niggas
makeup
used to
tonight.
create music like this. Like the Temptations. They used to be in that bit.
Hey, don't talk about my peoples like that.
Oh.
Hey,
Thank
talk
you.
about my peoples
Nigga,
like that.
I'm
You don't know nothing
me
about
trying
the
to pay
Temptations.
homage.
Homage or homage?
Nigga,
It's not tomato.
nigga, it's homage.
No, it's not.
Why is it homage?
Because that's what the
Why
white
do you
people
say-
said, nigga.
Why is it homage?
Like,
Nigga, ask the white people.
Huh? The white people. Nigga, I'm asking you.
Nigga,
So you're bound by their white laws and words, huh?
you want to go there?
Where's Dr. Umar?
Any fucking ways. This is no longer the Let's Talk About It podcast. There's too many people named with that. So this is the controversial KDike show. And also, we got, what?
I did not realize that there was a lot of people who had that name.
Right. Nigga, I went on there to type my shit in. Bro, it was like 10 plus.
what?
Let's Talk About It
Yeah,
podcast.
that's crazy.
Dang.
Nigga, you might want to punch your shit.
No. He
Oh,
good.
that one
Yeah,
front?
you have to do
Yeah.
it in the middle. Actually, I'll move mine up a little bit.
Yeah.
I'm good.
Yeah. But no. So I had to switch it up. But we got a special guest. We got special guest.
One that really wants to be out incognito.
Why is the light yellow?
Not you.
Oh.
But I
I
was
know.
looking at you because I was waiting for you to say
I
something.
Oh, I was waiting for you to.
You gonna introduce yourself?
Oh, I'm Dree,
Jerry.
KDike's sister.
Oh, huh.
Would that mess
I
up
was
the
like-
lighting that you just did?
No,
okay.
I thought this color was the
because it's on
problem.
auto.
Oh, you put it on. And you
Mhm.
kept it on auto, huh?
Yes, because I
went
knew
with it for
something like
nothing.
this was gonna happen.
Fuck nigga shit. Okay. You gonna introduce y'all boy?
You can go first.
Oh, you already know the vibes. KC.
Yeah.
I'm easy. Nice to talk to y'all again. You know the vibes.
All right. So our first topic for today is a trending topic. Jay-Z and his opinion on nobody can stand with him on stage in the verses. How y'all feel about
Cap.
that? Boo, you suck.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to agree. I only know like 4 of the nigga songs.
Well, nigga, that's not it. I feel like a lot of people confuse him, the nigga having a lot of music, and the nigga being like able to not be held by anybody. Like, nigga, what?
Yeah, like don't get me wrong, man's talented. Like he talented and all, but you know.
He not Beyonce.
Oh shit.
Oh.
I mean, he ain't. Beyonce don't write all her
I mean,
music though.
yeah,
She
but
don't
it's
write
not-
all her music though.
But it's not like a Meek Mill, Nicki Minaj situation. You know, like
What
But-
is what is
Nigga,
nah, cause like Beyonce, like is more, like what's the word, vocally talented, but like she's not carrying the whole like relationship music wise, like how it was with Nicki and Meek Mill.
so who was carrying it with Nicki and me? Oh,
Nicki was carrying everything.
Beyonce could carry it though.
She could, but like
She low key does. In a
if
way.
he wanted to, like if he wanted to make, I don't know, if he wanted to drop an album, I think it'd be hard.
Hard, but who would sell more records?
Beyonce.
yeah.
I don't know a J Hive. I know a Beehive.
A whole
You
hive
got
of people that
your
will
point.
cancel you.
But
Cancel
talent
you.
wise, I see what you're saying though.
Yeah.
He write his own shit. Beyonce don't write a lot of shit. Most of her hits were not even her music that she wrote. I do see what you're saying.
I feel like though versus battle, like even though it's called a versus battle, I really feel like it should just be a freestyle because like that's the origination of rap, like
Origination? So
yeah.
you making it worse.
Origin.
Nigga, no, because
No,
not everybody can
origination.
freestyle.
Get better.
Freestyling doesn't make a artist completely.
Makes a rap. It makes.
I mean, some people write way better than they freestyle. Some people can't freestyle for shit. They can write shit. Some people can't write, but they can fucking freestyle. Does that really take away from them being an artist? No.
You got a good
No.
point.
No.
No.
You got a good point there. I give you that one.
But I feel like people, or not even people, niggas be treating Jay-Z like how white people treat Eminem.
They don't dick ride that hard. They dick ride
Yes,
more with
they
Tupac
fucking
and Biggie.
do. They don't. They just okay. Like they put in like all this like Eminem. Eminem sold all these records because
He's white.
White people support him.
Yeah.
Jay-Z. I mean, he obviously, niggas support him, but like this nigga is one of the this nigga came up out the fucking 90s. And this nigga has an ass of fucking music. Of course, he's gonna be up here with all these stats because he released an ass music. Like he was here before everyone. Everyone else in his age, nigga Nas, nigga no. You're not touching Jay-Z. I don't
But
care.
he.
Whoa.
Nah,
That's it.
nah.
That was
Lyrically, I think.
Nigga, lyrically,
Nas-
yeah, but
Nas
like I'm
got
talking
it.
about
Did y'all
I'm
remember that
talking
diss? You big lip motherfucker.
Lyrically, no, I like Nas better lyrically.
But I'm
Nah,
talking about
Nas
like
hard.
with like the amount of plaques and everything and certifications that fucking Jay-Z has. Not like lyrically anybody can,
Oh,
I feel
shit, damn.
like
I mean, not anybody.
That's just exposure though.
Anybody.
I feel like that's all that is. That's just exposure.
What?
Jay-Z just had more exposure.
So
than
are
Nas.
we talking a versus talent? Or are we talking
'Cause
versus
that's what I'm
plaque?
saying.
Are we talking
there's
versus?
there's so many things that go
fans?
into a real versus battle. Like, because at the end of the day, I mean,
Lyrically, lyrically, he need to sit down.
yeah,
But business wise and like what he has done and
Yeah,
achieved, then I
untouchable.
can understand. Yeah,
untouchable.
them boys said only Michael Jackson could touch him. In a
I mean,
versus
when
battle
you put MJ up there, then you gotta put Drake in the conversation.
with MJ.
No, with Jay-Z. If they claiming MJ's the only person who could touch him, then Drake is in the conversation.
Who y'all
I
think
mean-
could touch MJ?
R. Kelly.
I mean,
Okay.
my personal opinion,
R-
it wouldn't even be. It's not even an American. It'd be like Bad Bunny.
a lot of people fuck with R. Kelly more than they fuck with Michael Jackson.
Yeah, nah,
I promise you.
yeah.
Step in the name of
Because when
love,
Michael
let's
Jackson was on trial for all that shit, they was ready to burn that nigga at the stake.
Exactly.
But they was at R. Kelly
And
trial.
they was not happy with. I mean, obviously, he had a skin condition, but they was not happy with the way that he was portraying himself with his skin condition.
But you know what's crazy? People would drive you to do to make you
Yeah.
hate yourself and then still talk shit about you.
That's what they did with was it Summer Walker?
Yeah.
They complained they bullied her about all her facial features, and then when she got her plastic surgery, they just made it even
Things
worse.
nothing to ever be good
Niggas
enough.
is not
Bro,
shit
do
for
not
real.
change for nobody because at the end of the day, they still gonna talk shit about
Yeah.
you, bro.
And will.
Just do you, be you.
Yeah, I could see Jay-Z in the verses. What's up, my nigga?
You're not lying.
Canceled.
The beehive is on your ass.
They gonna be waiting for you. Like, oh, word? Yeah, we got your ass.
No. Okay. Well,
I feel like we should, before we change, we should all like pick though. Like if we all should name somebody.
Wayne.
You go with Wayne.
with
Nigga,
Jay-Z and Wayne?
Wayne. Like niggas be like, oh well. They try to.
I think if you do that, I think you should do another child star. Because remember, not Jay-Z, but Wayne was a child when he first started. Like that nigga was like what 11, 12.
Yeah.
So I feel like he need to have he is great now. Don't get me wrong, but he needs somebody.
9.
Yeah, that's what I'm
He got
saying.
signed
Are we
when he
going?
was
Are we
9
going
years
strictly hits for hits?
If we do hits for hits, then Wayne got
Yeah,
it.
that's what I'm saying. Because I feel like literally even like niggas were saying, Young Boy could take Jay-Z if it's hits for hits.
Oh, see, no, okay,
Because
back it
you're
up.
talking about charts.
Nigga.
Young Boy's been on the charts a lot more than Jay-Z.
But then if Young Boy wouldn't, nobody would really be touching Young Boy right now if we're talking about hit. This nigga
That's what
can
I'm
drop
saying.
a video
You
at
gotta-
home and go
you gotta
platinum.
Pick like a specific.
Nigga.
Young boy?
Young Boy.
Are we talking about just nigga the amount of hits or the
It'd be amount of hits.
the magnitude of it?
Yeah, then maybe we should do culture hits like
Cause-
Okay, that's
Culture
a better,
hits.
That's a better one.
a
culture
song to play in
hits.
the club and like you know that bitch word for word. Like Dreams and Nightmares. That shit can
Yeah,
play at
nah.
any club. Everybody gonna turn
Yeah,
up.
niggas know that.
I don't know one club that shit don't even like.
10, 50.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
no,
yeah, yeah,
50.
yeah.
Nah,
I
50
take-
will wax that ass.
Yeah.
50 will wax that ass, nigga. I ain't on
Hey.
cap. Nah, that nigga had
Nah.
the goddamn 2,000 on lock. Nigga.
Yeah,
Yeah,
nah.
nah.
That
Yeah,
many
so yeah.
many men hard as hell.
It's crazy he had to get shot to make music like that,
Yeah,
boy.
9 times.
And
Oh, yeah,
nigga
and that
be,
nigga got shot 9 times.
yeah.
Motherfucking cat.
All Jay-Z did was stab one nigga.
Oh, hey, I do not stand with this comment.
And wait. What? Who was this nigga again? Who did he stab? Wasn't it like a random?
Shit, I ain't know.
A random nigga. A random. This nigga stabbed a random nigga, and he almost threw his career away over stabbing a random nigga.
You know what? Back to the first episode about having game. Jay-Z.
Having game.
Niggas ugly as fuck.
But he
But he
got
pulled the
Beyonce.
baddest bitch in the game.
I mean, but the
Money.
nigga, no, the nigga wasn't
power,
that ugly coming
influence.
up. He just got uglier as he aged. Nah, like
and
if you
also-
look at young Jay-Z, I'm telling you, that nigga was
so
like,
you
all
thought
right.
he was attractive?
There's like a 10.
No, I'm saying he's I like nigga, being a fucking heterosexual male, nigga.
Okay.
A cis male?
Yeah, a cisgender male.
Same
nigga.
thing.
Like when you look at a nigga and you be like, all right, like
he's put together.
yeah, like nigga, you built well, bro. Like being straight up. But like I said, that nigga, I'm not saying the nigga was like fucking like Chris
Okay,
Brown.
I take that back. Biggie.
Biggie.
Oh,
Okay, that's
That
Yeah.
nigga's fucking ugly.
he had Faith Evans.
That nigga's ugly.
Nah,
That's
that
fair.
nigga ugly as fuck, bro.
Hey, but no, like I just said about Jay-Z, that is money, power, and influence. Because I can promise
Yeah.
you, when that nigga was hustling in Brooklyn, supposedly hustling in Brooklyn.
Oh shit.
Mm.
Not the supposed
Because his mom said he wasn't, but
Yeah, she
Yeah,
did.
but
she
anyway.
did. But at
Jay-Z?
the same time, how would she know everything he doing though?
you never know.
But-
I mean, but
Okay.
I feel like it's just the money, power, and thing. And one more thing, the Jay-Z and Beyonce thing. That nigga was like, wasn't he like 30 when?
I was about to say, yeah.
That's kind of like
It
you know
is-
how women be like with older men.
It
like,
is so easy
Yeah.
for literally an ugly ass 28, 30-year-old male to pull a fucking 18-year-old because like they just they're attracted to the matureness.
especially with
Like, they're
her
not-
having daddy issues, because you know her father ain't shit.
He sure wasn't.
He was not.
He was
Well-
like a Joe Jackson without the abusiveness,
They
without
putting
the
all
hit.
her business on the table.
Her business been out on the table.
I know, but y'all had to
Yeah,
bring
her
it
daddy
up
was
just now.
trifling as
That
hell,
shit all
bro.
over Twitter. So
Her daddy was trifling, bro.
Yeah, we
Well.
ain't doing nothing.
Well, so who we going with? We didn't say.
I pick.
She's at 50, and I think
I like
50.
that
yeah,
50,
50, yeah.
Mhm.
but I want to go with somebody like random as hell that I still know would take him hit for hit culture wise.
Who?
Soldier Boy.
You're done.
Nigga,
You're done.
Soulja Boy has like 3 fucking hits in
Yeah,
the
he don't got that.
You
He got
sure?
maybe like at least, maybe
Nigga,
at least
Kiss Me
10.
Through the Phone, Crank That, and Pretty Boy Swag.
Get silly,
Oh,
Good
he
silly.
did have a good
Silly,
season.
yeah.
Soldier Girl. But those ain't. You can't play that shit in the all them in the club right now.
Oh, okay.
Who
okay.
about to do crank that in the middle? I'm not doing that.
This ain't the
I
high
take that
school,
back. I was
middle
trying
school
to
dance.
give an underdog a chance real quick.
He
but
not
nah.
an underdog though. That man
Nah,
got
he's
businesses
not.
on businesses on businesses. Like his music ain't hitting no more.
That
But
nigga tried to copy the Nintendo. Y'all remember that shit? The soldier.
he still
with
got
it?
that shit. And that shit be selling
That
though.
nigga got sued for that shit.
Yeah,
He's still selling games.
illegally.
The soldier. No.
No, them-
That
all
man-
them games
He got a
copyrighted.
well. From what he said on his interview, he got a deal. Like he got a game deal.
All right, I'll just go with the easy
Wait,
answer. Then. I'll just take Drake.
No, go with Soldier Boy, buddy.
Nigga, you said
So you
Drake-
gonna
no,
crank that in
nigga,
the club?
You can't say Drake. You can't say anybody basically pre or post
Before his era.
post like 2002.
Mm.
All right, post 2002.
Nigga, the only person you can say is 50 Cent.
Yeah,
nigga.
50.
Yeah, cause
honestly.
Nas, he ain't even like he relevant, but he ain't like culture. I don't hear nobody playing Nas in the club.
Matter of fact, I saw the shit and it was like because people kept saying Eminem. I saw the shit and they was like, is this your boy? And it was like this nigga said
With that gay that
this nigga said hold on. Nah, cause I listened to the song and it literally sounds exactly how it's read. Like literally.
yeah. I don't know what he been going through when he said that.
Right, that's how he raps every
Well,
single
why he
time.
finds that this episode is sponsored by KC. He bought Wingstop.
Wingstop.
Platter Boy. His name could be Platter Boy because he always bringing food for the episodes.
This nigga said, I was born with a dick in my brain. Yeah, fuck in the head. My stepfather said I sucked in the bed till one night he snuck in and said, we're going out back. I want my dick sucked in the shed. Can't we play with Teddy Rupin instead? After I fuck you in the butt, get some head, bust a nut, get some rest. Nigga, what? Right, Eminem lyrics.
He can get off with that shit. He
See,
right.
Oh yeah.
We're
Right.
not.
It's
No.
accepted in the community.
We're not even gonna really get into that because that's gonna.
Yeah.
That'll help.
We'll save it for the next episode.
No. It'll help us with the next topic we have.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Look at I like you.
It'll help us with the next.
All right,
topic.
yo.
So
We're gonna. See, we
We're
ain't
gonna
got
take
no.
a commercial break real quick. When
Wait.
y'all come back, y'all
Nigga,
gonna see
we're
us
not
eating
taking
these
a
wings.
commercial.
We
Well,
gonna
y'all
take
can
a
just
commercial
watch
break.
it.
We're
Whoa.
continuing.
God, boy, this shit look hot as hell.
Yeah, we're gonna take a commercial break.
Atomic.
Right.
Nigga, I just wanted 5 wings, nigga.
I don't want that.
Tommy.
Well, ooh,
Nigga, it's-
that's lemon pepper. What else in that bag?
What else in that?
Well, just to let y'all know, this episode we are dedicating it to mental health
Yeah.
because that's something that, bro. What did you? I don't think he really thought it through that we're on a podcast.
That shit
and-
saucy.
Just to let y'all
Wait.
know, I said maybe we shouldn't eat during this podcast.
Why you looking at me like that?
And why'd you get so aggressive? Relax.
We shouldn't eat on the podcast.
Ain't nobody hurting you.
What is this?
What is it? Oh, that's the parmesan. That's the garlic.
It don't smell
Oh,
good.
I know it. You don't like garlic? Is it garlic? I thought so.
Sorry, there's no lemon pepper?
Don't be passing me those stuff.
Where
You
the
like have
heck
his.
is? She right by her hand.
This one?
Yeah, I think that's.
Hey,
lemon pepper.
But
One of
no,
those
we
is
about
blue
to
cheese.
get into it. We probably cut this part out.
Yeah, nah, I'm telling y'all.
We'll probably
Yeah.
we'll probably cut this part because I know y'all probably hungry. Y'all want something. We ain't sharing.
That's how they wrap that goddamn salad. Them trifling ass motherfucker.
That's why they zip that back. What? She looks serious as hell too. Celery?
Oh, hold on now.
That don't even look like lemon pepper, nigga.
Yeah, there's one blue cheese.
Oh dang, I love blue cheese.
Is this blue cheese or this?
Yeah,
How you
nigga,
know blue
Three
cheese?
ranches, one blue cheese.
You know, you got it. You got a plate?
Nigga, none of these is lemon pepper, nigga.
Okay, I gotta make sure I'm at all. What kind you getting, bro?
I don't dip.
Okay. Who got the lemon pepper? Can I see some? Okay.
Yeah, I got you.
He got that.
Dang.
What?
Oh.
Yeah, she's holding it. That's what I was saying.
Oh,
Here,
I'm
like
tripping.
it's in my hand.
I want some of that thing right here. How much is in there?
Nigga, did you get all fucking drums?
Come on now, you know it's Flat Nation. Bobo Nation.
I like drums.
You like drums? Nah, flats is where it's at, bro.
Yeah, nigga.
What you
I bet
like?
You like drums by yourself.
I'll save a flat for you. You lucky you over there. What's in there?
What's in there?
It's a proven fact that having all drums stops niggas from eating your food.
No, I probably believe that. He said if you have all drums, it'll stop people from eating your food. I don't fuck with drums, but if I'm hungry, I'm eat that shit. Nobody's eating my food. Ooh, talk that talk.
Writing your name on a plate does not help. On a box does not help. If
Think
niggas is
like-
hungry,
Then you can fight an old homeless person. That like, let's say you was at a restaurant, right?
wait,
This nigga
cracked
just-
up or not cracked up?
I mean, nigga, the possibility
I
is
kinda
endless.
don't
He
want
just
this flat again.
he just
If
come
you
in
want it.
and he grabbed some
Lemon
fries
pepper.
off your plate.
Oh.
You think you actually gonna fight him?
I mean,
didn't
I
want
probably
that
have a
flat.
knife,
It's
so
too
he doesn't
small,
have a
too
good
bougie.
chance of
You probably have a knife in a restaurant.
yeah.
You was a cab ass nigga.
Nigga, they give you it on the table.
Nigga, not okay. What if you don't have a knife, nigga? So wait, hold on, pause.
I'll definitely have a fork.
So what you gonna do with a butter knife?
It just depends on the restaurant because you got a motherfucking steakhouse, nigga. You getting a knife. You ain't getting no goddamn butter knife.
Hot.
But tell me how you gonna defend yourself with a butter knife?
Against an unarmed homeless man?
Yeah.
Easy, nigga. Go for the eyes.
So
So
what's
you
the
think
what was
you-
the
I have no
question?
remorse.
You think you could stab a homeless man in the eye with a butter knife?
Yes.
I think
And a
that's
fork
cap.
and a spoon.
Nigga, you ain't built that way.
But she got that.
You're not built to watch it.
I'm telling you, I'm not.
Because I have no remorse. That nigga touched my fries.
You're gonna stab him in the eye with
Yes.
a butter knife. The amount of count.
If I felt like my life was in danger, yeah.
Okay, white man. Life always in danger, huh?
Sometimes I be feeling bad. Cause like I'm just like, damn. Like it sucks to be white right now. But at the same time, I think back to them goddamn dark ages. I'm like, nah, nigga. Turn that fire up.
Right.
But just to the bad ones.
Hell no. Where the barbecue ones at? Yeah, cause
Is it this one?
This one.
Yeah. That's
Candy ain't much. Bet y'all niggas wish y'all was here right now.
Y'all go ahead and smack them on the microphone right now. So
We can do those was it ASMR?
Boy, you see this goddamn wing? Shit. Thick.
Yeah. Shit, guys. Oh, you want some? I advise you to go in the kitchen and fix you something to eat.
Yeah.
Alex now gone. Shit.
That's our team mascot.
Oh, wait. I was talking about the man, the home care. Yeah, I know that nigga got fired.
No, but he did that for movie though.
Hello everybody, it's D Lover.
That's it. D-Lover. What's your Instagram?
Yeah, I was about to say.
Okay, stalker. We got Joe Goldberg in the building.
Yeah. D Lover. And then in her bio is D Heth.
You're okay. We need to talk after this.
Nigga, don't tell me. Let's go on to the next subject.
So
We left off on Eminem.
yeah, so our first segment for this topic, well, yeah, you know what I mean, is we talk about mental health, but you know we black, so we're gonna get into the black side of our community with mental health. And for the first point is the famous saying, "What happens in the house stays in the house." How do y'all feel about it?
It's bullshit. You gotta, just because it's your family and you're taught to not speak your business outside of the house, doesn't mean it's wrong to do it. If you feel uncomfortable or you feel like something that's going on inside of your own home isn't right, you need to tell somebody. Like you need to talk about it with somebody else, and you need to see, you know, if you're just being crazy or like what's going on really isn't right. Because a lot of people don't know what's happening to them is wrong because they haven't been taught, like they haven't been taught about it yet. So like they just assume that's just it's a normal thing. They might not like it, but they don't know any better. So like it's good to talk to people about things that are going on. Trusted people. You don't want to tell just anybody your business, but you don't always just keep everything to yourself or to the family, because people closest to you are sometimes the ones you can trust the least.
It's situational like that. Like it's like some things I feel like can be kept in the privacy of the home, but I feel like some things, if it's out of the norm, like the normal, and it's like not okay to do these things in the house, of course tell a trusted person, but not everything gotta be said.
So what are some things you think that should be kept in the house?
I feel like family affairs,
Like,
like,
because people need to, like, I feel like some people don't know the difference between, like, actually this needs to stay in the house and actually, like, no, like, this should not be a secret. Like, I need to tell somebody.
So we can start with like shit like, let's say like something like you're being okay. Well, let's say there's a 12-year-old, right? Or no, 11-year-old, and his mother is leaving him at home to watch his 6-year-old brother while she's at work. Is that something that this 11-year-old should go and just because he doesn't feel like that's his job to watch his 6-year-old son, even though his mother's at work and she can't afford a babysitter? Do you feel like he should go to school or go to somebody and say, well, my mother's, not paying for a babysitter or she's leaving us at home. So then social services come or, social services come in and, kill that operation.
I mean, but that's still kind of like a dangerous situation because anything could happen.
I mean, but at the end of the day,
I feel like parents shouldn't be having their kids that young taking care of their child. Like a kid should not be raising a kid.
You're right. I mean, but that's opinionated because there's been different times of life, younger people like people have been adults at younger ages, like as in like doing things like like different people mature basically. So like some people still mature and they understand the concept of certain things. So who really to say that this child
They mature how? Because that was just embedded in them, or they were taught like this is what we need you to do.
No, like they like their comprehension skills are higher than kids their age.
So that means they have to take responsibility for another child.
But what I'm saying is
but
that's the
as in-
generational curse, though.
As
of
in
it
their
all.
ability.
It's still not okay, though.
I feel
That's
like-
the generational curse of you having to grow up early and not being able to be a child.
You're not-
It's not normal. It's not supposed to be okay. So, yeah, I mean, you don't want to keep that in the house, or you don't want to keep it outside the house in Social Security. Well, whatever, not just Social Security.
Right.
Social services comes in action, but it's like at the same time, why is it normal for an 11-year-old to be raising another child? It's not normal at all.
It's technically always been normal,
It's not okay, though.
but
We made it normal. It's not like something
no,
like
it's always been normal. Like it literally, you hit puberty. You're able to have children of your own at like 14, 15. People have been raising like children forever, even sometimes like earlier than that. Now usually it's like obviously women, like girls are always doing it, but like I'm not saying that it's right for an 11-year-old to like raise the child, but you're not really raising it. If you're just watching your little brother, you're gonna be at home anyway by yourself. I don't necessarily see a problem with it if it's like a necessity, because like it's either you watch your little sibling until your mom or dad gets home, and you get to continue living where you're living, you continue to have a roof over your head, food and stuff, or the other option is you have none of that and you're on the streets, or maybe you get separated. Like I feel like what Adrian said, it's situational. I feel like that's a situation where, like, I'm not saying you should just suck it up and take it, but like, I just don't feel like I feel like if you can comprehend well enough that like you feel like it's someone else's job to do it, I feel like you can comprehend why the parent in charge is making it your job, because like there
so
is
would
no other
the
option.
11-year-old be wrong for telling?
I mean, there really is no wrong. I mean, they would just be explaining their situation. It's not really telling, because if they were to tell, that would mean that the situation is wrong, and it's opinionated. Like it's not.
If somebody found out that an 11-year-old was watching their child, the child was getting took. So that's what I'm saying. If the 11-year-old told, how would you think the mama felt? She gonna beat his ass.
He's definitely gonna beat his ass.
Look up.
So why he gotta get his ass beat for just speaking on some shit that's really happening? Like, no, there's no wrong answer. I'm just asking.
I don't know. I just don't feel like that it's wrong. I don't feel like it's not right. Yeah, I don't feel like it's not right.
I mean, it's situational if it's wrong. Like, I mean, obviously, I mean, even like back in the day, I mean, like there would be like families whenever there wasn't labor laws. I mean, if your family didn't have enough money, I mean, even at like fucking 10 years old, you go out and work.
Yeah, you get in the
So
factory
you go out
and
and
you
work
make money.
make I mean, but just like society has changed. So really, it's. I mean, like you said, I mean, there's really no right and wrong in it whenever it's situation. If it's just like damn near the mama's just going out.
Yeah,
And
okay, yeah.
Yeah,
So
like-
we can,
Yeah, we can
Yeah.
have that.
we
The
can
mom's
get,
going
like you did say, it
always
is
doing
It's
situational because that's
situational.
fucked up.
Yeah,
Mhm.
if she's going out partying and drinking with
Yeah.
her friends and leaving, 11-year-old child to watch,
Yeah.
okay, that's fucked up. But like, if she's going to work and she's like bringing home money
Yeah.
and like she doesn't have a choice. There's literally
Okay, let's not go saying nobody has any choices
Because
now.
There- but
everyone has a choice.
they're really. I mean, the only other choice is to not work.
No.
I don't.
I think that
I'm talking about a situation where there like is no other choice. I'm
as
not
a
talking
mother, you
about,
can't
like,
just not work. Like sometimes, like it's like you have a choice not to work, but you kind of have to make the decision to work because you have to take care of your children.
if
But she still has a choice.
I mean, and I mean, what you do have, I mean, because income matters for this too. Because
That's what I was
like,
about to say.
because I remember I saw this post, and it was like the hardest. It was like the hardest being the hardest class being in is middle class, because you don't make enough to be comfortable and paying all your bills, and you make too much to have any assistance. So if you put some woman who's, or not, it doesn't have to be a woman, any parent that's raising their child and they're making, I don't know, like 45,000 a year, right, to raise their children, they're still gonna have to pay full price for daycare if they're trying to have someone watch their child, and that's like what, $300 a week, compared to like if you're making under 30,000, daycare is only like I'm not sure on how much it costs, but it's definitely discounted. So they're like, and then they don't you don't apply for food stamps, and then like rent right now is like what, like averaging like for a 1-bedroom is average like 1,400.
Yeah, they be tax out.
So it's
14?
like
That should
yeah.
be going up too.
So
It's expensive.
at 40,000 a year, that's only like what, 30. That's 3,300 a month. So if, let's say, a 1-bedroom, you're gonna have to get a 2. So around 2,000 is already going to your rent. Like, and then you don't you have all these other amenities, and you have to pay. You're expected to pay for this this daycare. That's $200 a week. That's already $800.
The system is just fuck up in general.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's like it's kind of hard.
Yeah. So moral of the story. Yeah.
Situational.
Situational. Definitely. Definitely.
What
But
stays in the house stays
that
in the
was a
house.
specific situation.
No, we had two situations. One, a mother taking care of kids, and two, a mother just wanting to go out.
No, I mean, like that's a situation though. Like that's a specific situation.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but
that's
there's
what I'm
also
saying.
like what you shouldn't keep in the house is also like any form of abuse, whether that's sexual, verbal,
Yeah.
mental, anything like that should not stay in the house. That should be told to a counselor or somebody, at least somebody that's close.
What the fuck you looking at?
Like
Fuck
school.
abuse.
Are you saying you're an
Listen,
advocate for?
This is not the time for this.
Nigga, I
Please explain.
mean, nigga, I'm supporting. I'm just
He's
saying
saying
fuck
like
abuse.
he's
saying
not. He doesn't
He
agree
doesn't
with abuse.
Yeah,
But I don't know why he looked at
He's
me.
about to pull the baby real quick.
And it,
Oh, you thought I was saying like fuck abuse?
yeah, like
Yeah.
fuck the topic.
No, I was saying fuck abuse.
No.
Oh, that sounded okay.
Mhm.
Because this
Fuck
nigga-
abuse.
Yeah.
That's crazy how.
Yes.
Yeah, nah, seriously. That like
perspective is a real thing.
yeah. That's
boy.
why you
Mhm.
should never say shit like that over text because you never know.
Yep.
Your voice matters. Your tone of
Well.
voice matters.
We
Yeah.
yeah
What
okay
that nigga say. Fuck that shit.
yeah fuck abuse for real though. The next one is molestation and families being covered up. I'm gonna say it like this, bro. I'm about sick of hearing all these stories of people being sexually abused by their family members, and their families don't even know. Like I didn't encounter so many people that done told me their stories, and I be the only one they told. because they feel like I'm the only one they can trust. When they scared to tell their family because they don't know what's gonna happen to their uncle or their auntie, or they don't want them to go to jail. Bruh, lock them motherfuckers up. Like that shit done been going on for too long.
They're sick.
Stop babying your family members and not wanting them to face the consequences, or he's sick, or he then send him to the hospital. Like that shit is not normal, and kids should not have to go through that and have to cover it up.
And still deal with the stress of being a kid.
Yeah, no. Doesn't matter who they are. If, like I said earlier, if you feel like something's wrong, tell somebody. Like,
Easier said than done, though, because you're scared of what can happen to you, especially if you're in a harsh condition where your parents won't believe you.
Well, also that need to be taught too.
Mm-hmm.
Like I don't feel like it's taught enough.
no,
Like
it isn't talked about either. It's
Yeah.
talked about. Like they always tell you, when you go out at night, be careful. Don't talk to strangers and stuff. But like, strangers sometimes aren't who you need to look out
yeah,
for.
it be your
It's
family.
it's
bro.
the same motherfuckers telling you to watch out for strangers. Like got the same intentions.
Yeah, but these kids need to be taught like what's wrong. They don't. Sometimes kids don't even know that shit be wrong. Like
No.
they be like, it's easy to manipulate a child to thinking that shit is okay, or it's easy to manipulate them and scare them to not want to tell. You threatening to kill their parents, or you gonna do it to their sister or do it to their brother. They're not gonna tell, but they need to know that shit is not okay, and they need to be able to feel. They need to be able to not be afraid, no matter what somebody say to them. To still feel like they have somebody they can trust, and even if they tell you, bro, believe them, because a lot of people do not be believing when their kids be saying something happened to them. If this they stepdad or whoever it is, because y'all be thinking that y'all kids be wanting y'all spouses, and that's sick as fuck too.
Mm-hmm.
It's 9 times out of 10. It's the other way around. Like no little kid. Actually, there needs to be like not like a class, but like I feel like I feel like because it happens so much, there's like certain signs that like the kids will start to show towards certain individuals, and I feel like people need to like really look out for those signs, because like it's a key factor of like telling you what's going on. Body language explains a lot of things. Like person doesn't have to say a single word, but just how their body is or just how they act around a certain person can tell you a whole lot. All
Right.
I think that the main thing that people have to do is develop a better connection with their children, because before you know something's wrong, a child will literally tell you literally anything, as long as that child feels comfortable talking to you about anything. So it doesn't matter if the child sees it, if it's good or it's bad, they will literally talk to you about anything. Just like a doctor. Literally, whenever the best doctors are the ones who develop an actual connection with their patient, because the patient will actually tell them exactly what the problem is and not hide things, what most patients do. Therefore, you have to develop a better connection with your child so that your child feels comfortable talking to you about anything. So that means you open it up to your child and your child open it up to you. You can't just ask your child, oh, well, how do you feel? You have to show your child that you're comfortable with telling him about things in your life too. You can't just hide like in like every detail. I mean, yeah, there's some shit that you shouldn't tell children, but like you just have to show them that you trust them just as much as they should trust you.
Yeah.
The
Facts.
emotional bank account, like
Yeah.
to always deposit to get a withdrawal. when
Yeah,
you
that
need
is
it.
true. Cause like you said, you can ask your child what's wrong, and that don't mean they're gonna tell you. Like
Right.
they'll keep that shit a secret for as long as they can.
Mm-hmm.
I feel that. Also, with this is like we have a lot in the black community. We have a lot of like generational curses, and I feel like sexual trauma is one of the few main ones. And I know from personal experience that this is like a, what is it called? It's like a pathology, because two women in my generations were both sexually abused, and the first one, the grandmother, she didn't tell the daughter, like teach her about that, and that shit happened to her. She didn't believe her. Then it happened to me. I didn't tell my mom until like what, 13, 14. But it was like, what am I supposed to say? Like, how are they supposed to react? I think the second time it happened to me, I didn't tell nobody because I thought my brother was gonna kill that nigga. So it's like people gotta feel like they can trust, man. Like I'm okay with talking about that shit because that shit done happen, but I'm a little emotional, but it's cool. But moral of the story, man, this shit is like pathology. And we just gotta come together as a community and be able to talk about that shit.
Fuck molestation.
I hate this nigga. All right. Before I get emotional.
Yeah, nah. Just don't. I don't know. There's no way to really deal with fear besides getting over it. But if you feel scared, there's probably a good reason that you're scared, and you gotta talk to somebody. Like you gotta tell somebody who are a trusted individual, and hopefully y'all can talk about it together and figure out what's the best solution. Because I promise, letting it happen again is not a good solution. Never is. It's just creating more trauma. You're gonna have a harder time getting over it. It's you're giving the person more power. Yeah, it's always gonna be a touchy subject. Always gonna make people emotional, and that's okay because it's not something that's talked about enough.
Facts.
But that's why we're here today. Talk about it.
Talk about the shit that
Talk about it.
nobody like to talk about. Okay. Enough of this. Boys being told not to cry and suck it up. I'll let y'all start because y'all men.
Let him go first.
So this goes to everyone, not just niggas.
But this one's directly for boys because this is linked to suppressing emotions.
Yeah. So there's definitely you definitely shouldn't suppress your emotions. If you want to cry, you can, and you should. But actually, no, not because this. I mean, well, might sound a little backhanded, but it's not. So definitely show your emotions, but you do not always give your emotions to everyone because some people either take advantage of it or they just I don't know. It's just like I don't know, but you gotta manage it. You gotta manage it perfectly, and then you gotta also just know when the time and place for things is, so you don't get yourself hurt more than you already are.
Casey?
I don't know. I have an interesting viewpoint on a lot of things because of places I've been in my life, but it's basically what he said. Don't suppress your emotions because you feel like it's not the masculine thing to do. But it's also like he said, don't don't give your emotions to everybody because they will definitely use it against you. But really important thing is when you do decide to like let your emotions out, remember you are still you're still a male, and a lot of things that you're able to do, you shouldn't just because you can. Like you need to realize like your emotions are there so you can express them, but not there for you to like I don't know, give them like
To abuse.
Yeah, to abuse. Don't abuse.
So like, what emotions
If you like.
I know what he means. So he's talking about okay, so you can cry.
Yeah.
Right? But don't cry just because you tripped and fell.
Oh no. I know what he's talking about. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about. Let's say you're older. You're an older
But we're
male.
talking about little boys.
Little boys.
We talking
Okay,
about
same
we
thing.
start from the beginning of time.
Same thing.
Oh,
Okay.
you're just talking about little boys.
Oh, just little boys.
We're talking about I'm saying
Like-
growing up, like I seen a lot of when
Oh.
boys would cry, the dads would be
Yeah.
like stop that crying, suck it up, you a
Yeah.
boy, boys don't cry.
Nah.
And then they suppress that, and then they don't have that. Growing up, they don't have that. Their only really emotion they be having is anger. Instead of crying, is anger. That's what I'm talking
That's
about.
what I was talking about. That anger part.
Yeah.
When you decide to let that emotion out, like I said, remember you are still a male. Like you are able to do things like that can really hurt people, like smaller or whatever. Just because it's just how biology works. Anyway, like if you're upset, remember you can cry. You can let that out. But what you don't need to do is you do not need to take that anger out on somebody else. Like if your little sister, like you're 8 years old, she's however old, doesn't matter. If she makes you upset, she makes you cry, she's making fun of you, remember at the end of the day, like harming her is not going to make yourself feel better. Letting that emotion out, like whether it's private or even in public, cry in front of her, it doesn't matter. You're gonna feel better because you let it out. But you're not, I promise, it's not gonna make anything better if you replace the emotion with something worse, like anger, and you let it out on another person. That's what a lot of people aren't taught, and that's how bullies come about, because they take the emotions, they see things at home or whatever, and they turn that sadness and grief into anger, and then they take it out on everybody else in their surroundings. And what you end up doing is you end up creating trauma for somebody else, and you're just gonna end up teaching like hate. Like that's all it is. Like I know anybody, whether you're a person of color or not, everyone usually has that one family member who's like a little prejudiced, racist, just in some way, and usually it's because of teachings, or it's because of an event that happened a long time ago and they never got over it. Like a lot of people, I mean, there's a good reason, trust me, but I mean, obviously a lot of people are afraid of police officers, and like there's good reasons.
Right.
But like 100 years from now, like let's say that the police force got better and better and better, and there's proof that they got better. No one's gonna believe it because of all the past traumas and all the things that like we went through. Because I could tell you right now, if I don't know, if I was in a coma for like 60 years and the last thing I remembered is the George Floyd incident, well, I wouldn't even. That's not even an incident. That was a murder. If that was the last thing I remember, I woke up 60 years later, and my grandchildren, they're telling me how they want to be police officers and how like the time to change. Respecting officers is a new thing. I'd roll over in my deathbed because like the last thing I remember is that incident. I could not look them in the eye and like be happy for them or be glad. Like I'd feel disrespected. Like you want to be one of them?
Betrayed.
Yeah, like one of those. Like
But not every cop is like that.
I know, that's what I'm saying. But some people only have bad memories.
He's saying some people are
He
just
was
like
saying-
stuck in their ways.
Like-
Stuck in the ways.
Like my person, like me. If you know me in real life, like yes, I am a black man, but I be getting off. Like I've been pulled over probably 12 times, and I only got two tickets. I be getting off. Like all of my personal experiences, except for one, with police officers have been like better than great. But I can tell you from other people's experiences that we talk about, because people talk, it's been shitty. Like people get pulled over because cops smell weed in their car, and then they get jacked out for nothing, just because of a smell, and it's not even weed. It's nothing.
They do be tripping sometimes.
I don't think you've been getting off. I just don't think the conditions were right for you to be in a dangerous situation. Because I feel like, a little bit of the situations, a lot of people don't realize like that they can create the situation that puts the other person in control and gives them the opportunity to actually like commit a murder or kill them. And by that I mean example, as me, a black male, whenever a cop comes up to the car, automatically I'm assuming this nigga wants to kill me. So what I'm gonna do is I'm not gonna give this nigga no problems, and I don't give a fuck what he doing. I'm gonna get his ass away from the car. But you have other people, they just like it's not the fact that they're caught in trouble, it's the fact that they're not realizing that this nigga has control. And it's like, I'm not about to sit here and try to tell a nigga with a gun, oh, like this and that, and like fucking try to like reach for shit, this and that, like, or like even like yell at this nigga. Like, nigga, no. I'm gonna stay calm because how do you what is it? You kill anger with kindness, or no? You kill him with kindness. Literally, if you there's still shit like that still happens, but a lot of times, like, bro, like people be giving motherfuckers the ammunition.
I mean, that still don't mean kill him though.
No, I mean, yeah, but it's like if I know you, if I feel like you could be a murderer, I'm not about to sit here and egg you on. It's not their
Everybody
fault.
ain't, but everybody don't have our mindset though.
No,
Just
but
because we saying,
you're right. But it's something that should be taught. You shouldn't be taught. Yes, you should defend yourself and stand up for yourself. But there's certain places where you should. Yes, we're gonna defend you after every death, where the people are out in the streets, people lawyer up and everything. But we shouldn't have to do all that.
but
We should be doing that.
You can't tell them they need to know how to act if they don't.
No,
everybody
I'm not telling
don't
them
have
they need
the
to know how to act. I'm saying,
But you're saying they're giving them the ammunition. If they're not taught mentally, everybody don't have impulse control.
you're right, but it's still giving them the ammunition. That's what I'm saying. It needs to be taught up.
Taught up to
I guess
what?
To like tread lightly.
No, tread lightly and no, like, okay, so
Everyone is a different version of treading lightly.
you're right, but like,
Shouldn't they just be trained more properly?
To
Yeah.
not
Or more
attack.
tests should be run to see like they not supposed to
like,
be no
why-
police
like,
officer?
There's less of them than there is
no, but like,
us, so it'd be easier to teach them better ways than to teach the whole population to.
Because if you're scared when they pull up, is that a really
No.
training you thing, or is that a training them thing? Because why
And-
are they causing fear?
Yeah, and that's just gonna that's gonna make them feel more powerful.
Right.
They're gonna trip way more. Like it's not gonna be good. You're giving a group that already has a bad reputation more power and more.
you're not giving them more power. You would make it more fucking. Oh, I didn't mean to curse. I'm sorry.
Bro, you can curse.
But-
We done been cursing.
No,
we
because
don't want to use the derogatory words, but cursing is fine.
basically you're not giving them more power at that point. You're giving yourself more power because whenever someone's coming with that bullshit and you have someone before has basically giving you the rundown, like, all right, so they already don't like us. They already don't. So what's better is having all of us come together and be able to march another day instead of you.
Nigga, we can't even come together and stop killing each other.
No,
So
Not
you
even
think
in
we
Africa? is
Okay,
uniform.
okay, but no. But some people do. Some people do.
That doesn't.
That
work,
one
though.
person that died in whatever traffic stop and this person killed, that person could have been another person out in the streets or doing something that could progress the whole entire community. We never know because this one situation went into this all because this officer saw, oh yeah, I got this opportunity. Yeah, no, I'm gonna get this nigga. Cause I promise you that shit happens a lot.
Yeah,
a lot
but
of
don't
them
blame
killings.
the person. That's
No,
what it
I'm
sounds
not
like.
blaming-
You
no,
saying that
no, I'm not
since they didn't
No,
tread
I'm not
lightly.
blaming the
No,
person.
it sounds
I'm
like
blaming.
fueling
I'm blaming it not being talked about how we should approach traffic stops.
we
It-
shouldn't
it-
have
no,
to have
no,
a
no, no, no.
guideline
It
for
definitely-
We
them.
should whenever they're trying to kill us.
It
Nigga,
definitely is
You
taught.
can still
Whenever
be
you
you
in-
can still be kind and they still feel threatened and still kill you. Sometimes
You're
I
right,
can
and I
be
told you that shit still happens. But for the other times, whenever it doesn't happen, nigga, we have to still be prepared. Like, nigga, if I'm in the jungle, nigga, I still want a survival book. It's not just, oh well, it's the jungle, nigga. There's tigers in here. I'm dying, nigga. you still want to prepare as much as you want. Like we we can prepare. I'm not saying that everyone's gonna be prepared. But nigga,
I'm
we
just
can
saying
try.
it sounded like you said since they didn't have the tread
It
lightly
is
mentality.
not. No, it is
they
not.
got
No,
murdered.
it is not. No, it's not their fault that they died because at even day, nigga, they didn't fucking pull the trigger. Nigga, they was minding their business.
Right.
It was minding their fucking business.
And there's nothing else that they could have done. You can't. There's nothing you could have taught. It's literally I'm not even gonna say it's the officers. It's people, not like it's just people having bad days. If you have let's say you have a guy who just got fired, and he's pissed off, or like he just got broken up with. He's not paying attention to the road. Maybe he's swerving a little bit. Maybe he's driving a little extra fast. You have a cop who just got done pulling over somebody who had an attitude. Now this cop has an attitude. Now, and he's pulling over this guy who's having a really shitty day. Sometimes you forget. Sometimes you don't think about stuff. Now the cop is approaching the window. They're both pissed off, and there's an argument. There's something going down right now. It's not like I'm not saying that the person being pulled over shouldn't be taught to like have manners and stuff. But I promise you, it is always going to be better to teach the person who has the most power to not be a power trip, control themselves, than it is to teteach somebody who's like who's
be more helpless than them in that situation.
Because like I'd much rather 100% of the time have a pissed off person being pulled over than I would have a pissed off cop who has a gun, who has a taser, baton. He can break your glass. He can literally do anything he wants. And they just started having cameras.
You can drive off and them niggas can shoot you to say you try to run them over.
Let's not forget all the shit that like hasn't been recorded that people gotten away with. You don't know.
But
like
at no point did I say cops don't deserve the training too.
I think humans in general, because it's not like they just cops and doing shitty shit. They already got a fucked up mindset.
And it's not even training. It just there's something needs to be broadcasted about. Like, cause like we talk about how we're being killed, talk about how we're being mistreated, talking about what we're not talking about is what do we do to not be killed as much.
Well, I understand what he's talking about. I guess it's all about like if you have children in this generation, you're gonna tell your children ahead of time. Now this may happen, so be prepared that this may happen. Because
you have some people that be like, nah, fuck them cops, nah, don't ever put up with that bullshit, this and that, and then it's like, because like some people, okay, example, I feel like obviously this is a very this is very like just self fucking studied by me saying, but I feel like a lot of some cops, whenever they're racist and then they end up, doing some shit like killing somebody, sometimes, they don't have the ability, they're racist and they don't have the ability to just kill someone just for like, literally that's just not, like literally like passive completely. But they have the ability to sit here and put this image as soon as they see something they don't like. Like if like shit's getting rowdy, they're like, oh, well, like how like whenever like let's say we having a conversation, I start yelling, right? Now you start yelling. You already didn't like me, but now you start yelling. And then it's like that gives you like, oh yeah, now I'm gonna put my hands on you. So then you start putting your hands on me because now I'm escalating the situation that obviously, you said, like, if you said some shit that was racist to me, and then I'm just like, nah, fuck that. And I'm yelling at you, so then you start yelling, and then you see that you got your opportunity, and you seize that opportunity. It's like, damn. Now you felt like, oh, well, I only did this because that. And then now there's so much fucking, like, I feel like there's, like, so much, like, oh, well, in the police force, they're like, oh, well, he was being violent, this and that. And then, like, the fucking court case goes on longer than it needs to when point blank, this nigga just fucking killed a random person for no reason. And he's trying to, like, I feel like it takes too long to fucking justify some shit. Whenever, at the end of the day, it should be cut and dry. Like cut and dry. Like, oh, this nigga, that ass, pull him over and just fucking kill him. The cop escalated the situation by using excessive force, and that's point blank how it was.
Right. I feel you.
Like, there shouldn't be so much fucking filler.
But, I mean, that's what they gonna do, though.
Yeah.
I mean, that's gonna do...
Because that's like like we all in the car and we get pulled over and this nigga getting hostile and we in fear of our life and we see him reaching for his gun and we take it in our hands and we kill him. They go and try to find so much dirt on us even if we was in fear of our life. They
Yeah.
don't give a fuck about
That's
that
what they
shit.
always do. It literally, as soon as George Floyd died, what do? They went and
Digging up
searched out
dirt. They did that
every
shit to
single
Trayvon
thing.
Martin too.
Yeah.
They
A whole
Like
kid.
literally, that's all they do. But that's my main point on why like teaching survival instincts like isn't a good thing when it's just not. Like it's like if you wanna like let's say an animal is going to extinct, right? You're not gonna teach the animal to hide better or to like be better at not getting shot. You're gonna tell the hunter to stop. Like you're telling the person with the most power to relax. Because a prime example of what you were trying to say, like how we should be taught a little bit better and talk about like what to do with these traffic stops is like people all right, a lot of minorities like Hispanics and Asians, when they first like came over, of course it was taught, to like not appreciate but respect Americans, like respect the ones that are already here and stay out of their way. And guess what ended up happening? Like they just ended up being dicks because they know they couldn't do anything to them. Like that's all you're doing. You take a group of people and you tell them to always be respectful to another person. That person that's always being respected, like when they have that bad day that I was talking about earlier, they know nothing is gonna happen to them because you're not gonna do shit because you know better. So they can do whatever the hell they want. And that's exactly how it was back in the day when we really talked like this. We already talked about this back in the day. Our grandparents, their parents had this discussion with them all the time. Whenever you see an officer, you do whatever the fuck they say. Every time, no matter what, because they will kill you on sight. And that's what happened all the time. And guess what happened? Not every single time, obviously, but a bunch of times when people would get pulled over, if a cop just had sensed the slightest bit of attitude, he beat the shit out of somebody.
Right.
I don't even remember what the one guy's name was. It was recorded it was on camera in the 90s.
You talking about Rodney King? When
They had like
when they
30
jumped him?
officers and they just beat the shit out of this man because they could. Because they knew there was no
And he-
cameras,
and
or
he
they
was
thought,
big.
yeah,
Why don't
they
we do
thought
both,
there was no
though?
cameras.
Like, why don't we teach both? So
But-
everyone's getting taught. Like everyone's getting that.
It would just be easier
No,
to
See-
teach the person with the most power to calm down.
that's a good example. But you made a good point. But they're not gonna do whatever they want. They're gonna do whatever they want that looks justified on camera, unless they turn off the body camera. Because at the end of the day, they know, unless they know 9 times out of 10, I want to say, I mean, the rate of cops being locked up for doing some fucking foul shit is definitely going up. Now, does every cop get locked up? No, because, like I said, the cops still caused the problem, but it's them doing some shit that's justifiable
Right.
to a jury.
Yeah, it depends on the jury too.
No,
But they be picking their jury to
Yeah.
the way they like it.
No,
to a point, because it's like, okay, if a cop just pull a nigga out of the car and fucking start beating his ass, like just because the nigga said, no, I'm not giving you my license. That listen, unless there's literally no black people in that courtroom, like not the jury, I mean in the courtroom, there's no way in fuck. There's no way in fuck in this today in age. There's no way in fuck that is literally gonna not.
Unless they're still in one of them slave states, because we don't even know what's going on in some states.
y'all.
That
I need
don't
to.
even
I
be
need
on
to.
social media
I need
like
to
that.
research
Yeah,
sundown
like the Midwest.
towns.
Yeah,
Sundown towns. I mean, it wouldn't even be officers. It'd just be people. But like
that shit still be going on
Yeah,
down
stuff-
there in the country, not
stuff
in the
like
country.
that, y'all need to be careful because like there's even if there are cameras, people recording aren't recording to post it on Facebook to help you out. They're recording to show motherfuckers what happens when you're there past their curfew for you.
Yeah, that shit
like,
serious.
And it everything we just talked about goes right. It goes straight back to the point that we had originally. We need to talk about like suppressing your feelings at a young age because this is what it leads to. It leads to a whole bunch of adults not knowing how to express themselves
Yeah.
correctly. Nobody knows how to actually talk to a person when they're upset or where they're feeling a certain way and they just lash out.
At the wrong people.
But if we teach, like what Adrian was saying, and what Jamin was trying to say too,
Because look at him.
if we teach everybody, then this will be better. But it's gonna be way easier to do this at a younger age than it is to tell a
Why people
grown
need to
ass.
teach their people too?
No, I'm talking about everybody, not
Maybe we teaching.
It don't matter.
We teaching they people too. We doing
girls,
the shit they do.
girls, boys, black, white, fucking purple. I don't care.
Fucking purple.
These parents, us too, when we all become parents, like it needs to be taught that respecting somebody is always going to be the best option. Because if everyone's taught to respect each other, then you're going to have way less problems than if one person's taught to respect and the other person's taught to do whatever the fuck you want.
Okay. So we've been on this topic for a long time.
Way too long. That's what I'm trying.
This wasn't even one of the topics, but
that
was a good one though.
That was a good one.
It was a good one. All right, the next one is family discussing your business, so you suppress your feelings. Suppress as in, all right. So say for example, like you confide in your family, you tell your mom something that you going through, and the next thing you know, you hear her on the phone telling your family members your business. Oh, matter of fact, I'm sorry. Before we get to this, were y'all ever told like not to cry when y'all was growing up?
Yeah.
No, that's good. Okay, so
I
back to
didn't cry when I was growing up though.
it shows.
Yeah, I was.
You just suppress your emotions a lot. It shows.
I was told.
You was told?
Yeah, I was told by damn near everybody.
For real?
No, sometimes it was just jokes, but you hear so much, you don't know who's joking or not. And
Yeah.
you're gonna grow up to be a man. You can't let your woman see you crying.
Yes, and that's crazy.
Yeah.
I'm
That's
okay
it.
with seeing him cry because it makes me feel more comfortable.
That's crazy. One thing about me, I'm fucking cry. Y'all know what's
cry.
up with me. But okay,
That shit just makes you evil. I promise.
I think for that
it
topic,
do.
It does.
I think for that, like, it was hard growing up in my house because our mom did that. Like, you tell her something, she goes straight to her best friend and my grandma and the whole family. It's like, I told you this because you're my mom. I told you this because I trusted you and I wanted you to know what was going on. So now after that, even in my adult stage, I don't want to tell her. So I suppressed my emotions and didn't tell nobody because it's like, I can't even tell my mom.
Yeah, when I told one person I was gay in my family, everybody knew. Everybody
And
knew.
it's less than 24 hours, I feel like.
Everybody knew.
I feel
So
like it's less
you
than
like
24
girls.
hours. So you
I
got some
promise
peeps.
it does not work. If someone tells you not to tell somebody and you tell somebody not to tell somebody, what do you think they're gonna do?
Tell
Right.
somebody.
Like you over here thinking you like you the best secret keeper ever, but you just told somebody not to tell somebody. Like, come on, man.
Family.
I gotta think
Keep
about this.
certain shit to yourself.
Please, like, and that all you're doing is creating a bunch of grown-ups with trust issues.
Yeah.
And I can tell you right now, being in a relationship with someone with trust issues is one of the hardest things ever. Because no matter what you do to try to, like, show them that you appreciate them and love them, there's always going to be that thought in the back of their head that you're going to do something. You're going to talk about them, or you already are talking about them. You're cheating on them. You're going to leave. Like,
that abandonment issues.
it starts as a child.
Talk that talk. We need
Okay.
that applause,
Start
Mike.
as
Talk
a
that talk. It
child.
starts as a
Okay.
motherfucking child,
Starts
man.
as a child.
It's important to raise your
Jeez.
child correctly because that shit affects you.
Affects you, them, everybody else. Like,
Everybody fucking else, man.
oh, man.
Okay. DJ, did you have anything you want to add to that?
Mm-mm.
Okay. All right. So the next one is women/men blaming each other for them getting hurt. So when I say like that, I'm talking about like the victim mentality where women be like, oh, it's all the men's fault why I can't find happiness. They're the reason I'm single. Or men be like, nah, fuck all these bitches, man. Ain't none of them shit. This.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like that's something that will never be solved.
I think we should let the women go first on this one.
No, why?
Because we went first on the last one, so we want y'all to go first. Y'all, we talk way more.
Okay.
Is that what y'all identify as though?
They.
I identify as she and
I'm just
her,
saying it's she,
and
her.
I'm a woman.
Okay.
Woman.
I think people need to take accountability. Stop blaming other people for why you don't have happiness. Stop blaming other people for why your relationships don't work out. You are part of the problem. If you allowed that person into your life, you allowed yourself to get hurt. There's no such thing as, oh, they put me through this. You are dealing with it every day. You're still responding, still texting back. You're part of the problem. Like, it's not their fault. Because at the end of the day, them boy gonna move on while you still blaming them for why you're not happy. Stop holding grudges. Stop blaming a whole population for why you're not satisfied. You be pissing me off. Like I seen somebody post, oh, it's the men, like it's the men with the baby mindset. Like, sis, what you be doing? They just treat me so bad. What do you be doing? Enduring it. Like, you sit up there and endure it. Like, know your worth. You have to know your worth. Take some time to be alone. Nowadays, nobody wants to be alone. So you keep you keep settling for half-ass people because it's better than being alone. I'm telling you, it's going to hurt to be alone, but you'll learn so much about yourself and know what you're worth, and you will find happiness. So, yeah.
What she said, yeah, that was enough. That was enough for me. I was like, yeah, she kind of got all the points.
And it definitely depends.
What you mean? Yeah, sit up.
So, if it's like just like the person you just keep texting the person, and like you can't say that they're like ruining your life or making you sad, but if they're like crazy and they're like forcing themselves into your life, and you've done everything to the point to where you just like haven't done a restraining order, then that person.
But that goes back to the beginning.
What?
People are who they are in the beginning when you meet them. People do not change. People tend to ignore the red flags.
Some people just are womanizers and sociopaths.
No, but kind of like there's still some obsessive men that I've met that did show red flags, but because they was very charismatic and I wasn't trying to hear all that extra shit. I was just trying to get to the point of what I was being told, or like treated as, I guess.
You're right, but like whenever I say like a sociopath, they're literally completely under this cloak, and they're like literally not showing any red flags at all because they're so good at hiding it.
Yeah, to a person who don't know.
No, but like, how would you know if they're good? Like,
if you
No. Some girls know. I promise. Like
people be knowing, bro.
No, but like there's
not just some girls. Some people in general.
No, yeah,
know.
yeah.
You know.
Like thinking through my personal. They know.
People know.
You know.
They choose to ignore it.
No, but okay, I'm not talking about every person, but like there's people out there that it'll be like Denzel Washington acting. Like, you don't know this nigga's acting, and he comes up to you and does this. You will believe everything because that's his job and that's what he do. Some people aren't actors, but they're extremely good at acting to the point to where they in their head almost think that they are this person that they're portraying you as. And you won't know it because they are literally feeding you everything that you want. And you literally don't, there's no red flags to see.
But some of your outside friends be seeing it, and they will tell you, though. Some people be like, hey, this is what... They're like, no, that's not what's going on. You don't know him like I know him.
Example,
but it's like, come on.
A fall from grace. That nigga was literally perfect to her.
To her. She was ignoring the red flags was there.
But he didn't... No. He started showing red flags after he got in. He didn't show any... Literally, the movie that didn't show any red flags with him.
Wait, didn't she get out of a relationship? Wasn't she at like some type of low point in her life when she met him?
I feel like she was.
She was at a low point.
She was actually happy. No, she was happy.
No, she was going through something because she didn't want to give him a chance at first.
Yeah, past trauma definitely.
Yeah. He was just a customer at the bank.
But I'm saying in the beginning she was at a low point.
No, she wasn't at a low point.
Yes, she was, bro.
Nigga, no, nigga. Because I remember, she was happy. And then he was coming in. She didn't get sad until he started doing that fucked up shit after the fact.
She was unhappy. He came. She was happy for once, and she was happy for once, and she was finally explaining like how that's why she fell so deep for him because he made her happy.
He explained.
So a fall from grace. She fell, and it was like
She already had told him. She was telling him what she was telling him what she had been through, and he peeping all that shit, bro.
I mean, but that still goes back to him being a sociopath. That's why I told you that. She can't see the red flags because there's no red flags there because that's how he's portraying himself.
How fast he was moving? That's a red flag.
No, that's not a red flag because some people move fast and they're great. They've been in great relationships.
But
that was portrayed. Like, how do you identify that at all?
Even though the person can be lying to you and like totally just they don't have emotions. They don't know how to. They don't like they're a sociopath. They're a psychopath. Like they don't know what emotions are. They only know how to mimic them. You can ask certain questions. There are certain questions you can ask.
She could have got to know him better.
Yeah, like because it doesn't matter.
They really
who
wasn't
you are.
friends. It
Yeah.
was just straight romantics. You need to get to be
Does
friends with
not
people.
matter who you are, how good of a liar, how good of an actor you are. The way you answer questions, like it'll tell a lot about you. Because it's just the truth. It's not necessarily have to be the truth, but there's always a truth. There's always some sort of truth in a lie. You can't just think of a lie completely out of bullshit. You have to tell some type of truth to get to the lie. Always.
It depends, because if you say that you have to ask the right questions, then you're saying that there are right questions. If there are right questions, then a person can say all the right questions in theory.
No,
am I
it's
wrong?
Right questions for you. You have to.
But that's what I'm saying. The right questions for you. Someone in theory can say all the right answers to your questions.
But you're not gonna. This has to. Okay, let me make this clear. This has to be early on. You cannot let them get to know you and then start asking questions, because you're already too far in. No, because if I don't know you at all and I ask you what your goals in life are, like things like that, I get all the answers I need. Later in the relationship, I can not trick you, but I can ask these questions again, see if anything's changed, or I can let you know how I feel about it. And if I start to notice that all your answers begin to change with what I'm saying, I realize you're trying to get on my good side. Like you're trying to make me feel like you're the perfect one. Like you know what I'm saying? Like,
but some answers don't change. Like what I'm saying is, like, okay, so I don't have to sit here, and if I'm making up in my head, I'm saying, oh, I want to be a firefighter, right? I don't have to change that whenever it comes to like you. Like, you're not like that, because that's not a red flag. You know what I'm saying? Like, I won't like you're making it seem like I would have to change. Like, I would have to try to remember my answers. But at the end of the day, my bad. This person literally is just going to, like, they got all this normal literally set of things that a regular person, because they're disguising themselves.
Okay, if that is true, okay, when she found out, she could have left, but she didn't.
When she found out,
well, he cheated on her in the beginning.
No, but this is literally this is what do you call it? This is whenever this is on the fucking thing I was talking about. Whenever the crazy nigga, because whenever she found out, didn't he already take all the?
No, he cheated way in the beginning of their relationship.
He didn't already take all the money out.
No, this was way in the beginning when he cheated.
And he was bringing the woman
yep.
to the home.
No, because she was at work, She was at work, and literally, that was before she really, because she.
Bro, we can.
He
Matter of
took
fact,
her money.
the next episode, y'all, we're gonna take time.
Right.
We're gonna watch the movie, because I promise you, we're gonna see red flags in that movie.
No, because I thought he cheated on her, and then he kept the woman around. And he was like, "Well, I'm gonna stay to that," and then he took her money as I thought.
No. I'm talking about before that. He did something before that. I can't remember what it did, but he did something before that. And
I remember. No. He snapped at her.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. And
he snapped at her. But
a red flag is a red flag.
It is.
That's just like with abusive relationships. Before it becomes physical, it's verbal.
But he apologized right after, though.
Okay.
That doesn't matter. Actually,
there's some good there's some good people with anger problems.
No. Quick side note though. Quick side note. It doesn't. If you're a guy and your girl constantly hits you, do not think that's okay. Like,
leave. Yeah, that's
please.
abuse, bro. Leave.
That is a red flag. And I don't care what you're taught. Like, you're taught. Obviously, you should be taught not to hit women back and stuff. But like, they should be taught not to hit you, because either way you look at it, that is still physical abuse.
Yeah.
And
even if it's not physical, they like always like at your neck, yelling at you and screaming at you, bro. That's abuse.
That is literally abuse. And that is another thing right there. Sometimes you don't know what a red flag is, but sometimes you have a gut feeling, because one of my relationships, like me being slapped or me being hit or like yelled at, I'm just thinking I'm supposed to take that.
Right.
Like, I'm just supposed to be a man up, and just fuck it. But like another person who was taught like and told that's not right, they see that as a red flag. I didn't see that. I didn't start seeing that as a red flag till recently, but like if you have that feeling that like,
or sometimes we think we can change it, or like, oh, they said they'll work on it. Yeah, they'll fix it.
It'll pass. Like, it's not gonna pass.
It's not. It's not. If you needed a sign, this is your sign. They're not changing.
If it keeps happening, or even if it happens once, if you feel uncomfortable, I promise you, it's a feeling that you need to listen to.
Yeah,
Listen
if
to
y'all
yourself.
always at war and
Yeah.
there's never like no peace, bro, leave.
If
Like,
your friends are always talking about like making jokes or like when y'all ever
if
gonna
they
be
don't
happy,
like your friends, if your friends do not like your
yeah,
spouse,
yeah, if
and
they don't click, if nobody clicks,
nobody,
that's a red flag. Do
Nobody.
do not leave your whole friend group and family for one person.
that's
Because
isolation. They gonna get your ass.
everybody is on their ass, there's probably a reason. Like they probably know some things because they've been through some shit. And like maybe you should just sit down, talk to them, and listen. Maybe hear what they got to say. Because one or two people, maybe that's just they don't like the motherfucker. But like everybody, ain't no way. Ain't no way.
Nobody
just,
nobody don't like your
There's a
spouse.
reason nobody likes that motherfucker. I promise there's a reason.
But at the end of the day, that goes back to them not wanting to be by themselves, or
Yeah.
or they seen that grown up as love, and some people think that should be love for real.
that is great right there. Nah. Your parents, what your parents went through might not be the best option.
Yeah, no.
'Cause-
I know a lot of my family members
Yeah.
they still married, but their marriage was like the
On
granddaddy
rocks the
cheating,
whole
and
yeah, nah.
that is not.
That is not love.
Fuck no.
That is literally just not knowing what else to do, or
You
just
settling.
settling, refusing to do better.
Or because you got kids
Yeah.
and you. I hear you. I can understand. Like, because I know a lot of people say, well, they had kids, so they couldn't leave and this and that. Well, you should have, the red flags were there,
Yeah.
baby, in the beginning.
Because it's not good for nobody. People don't even want to like. I don't want to get into it because I don't want to get sidetracked. But just listen to what KDike has to
Go
say.
ahead, talk your shit, bro.
Nah, because it's not really that important. Okay, if you know how like everybody has that like one auntie or uncle, and like your parents be joking like if you do something bad they gonna send them over to their house and shit. Like you got
No.
that one mean aunt.
I ain't got no mean aunts.
Oh, okay. Well, in my experience, we all had this one mean aunt. Well, still have her. We acted up. Everybody would joke and be like, you gonna go over to their house and like, they be joking about like going over there and like hearing all the things that's going on, but like that was some real life shit. Like, no, they was actually like my uncle and aunt, they was verbally abusing each other. Like it was
Right.
bad. Like, and they're African couple, so like it's a little different, but like it's still the same thing.
Right.
Like, nah, them motherfuckers was bad, but everybody would joke about it because they got to the point where they just stopped caring. Like
Damn.
they realized like there's no changing it, like there's no fixing it, but they're teaching the kids that like that shit is funny. That shit is not funny.
Nah, and them kids gonna grow up
Yeah.
and think that's what their relationship supposed to be like.
That's literally, and that's how a bunch of like me and my cousins were towards like our aunt for a little bit, because like we see our uncle
Right.
saying all this shit to her, and we're thinking, oh well,
He said.
fuck it, we can disrespect it too. Like,
That's how. Yeah, I
no,
feel what you're saying.
that shit wasn't right. That shit was not cool. Like when we got older, we realized it, but I mean, you're not gonna. It's go back to being a kid. You easily manipulative or
Yeah.
easily manipulated. You don't. You don't really
you
know.
learning shit.
Yeah,
you just picking that shit up.
You just see what you see, and then you try to do it.
Why are you looking like that?
Oh no, none. You can continue.
No, but we really gotta watch that movie.
Yeah,
Like, we need to pick a day and watch the movie because
I need to
we gotta
watch
come
that
back with
too.
the facts.
Yeah,
All right, men's mental health. Well, we already kind of talked about
yeah,
that.
yeah, a few times.
Yeah. Okay, kids and
Gun violence.
gun violence and drugs. Kids and gun violence and drugs. All that correlates.
This
Kid-
is gonna be a long one.
Kids and gun violence and drugs. Okay. Bro. Parents. It hurts more seeing like when kids get killed and then the parents are like, oh, my baby, they didn't do no wrong, my baby this. But then the pictures that they be posting is literally with the dude, guns in his hand, flashing money. And like you know the way they was living, but it's like to me it's like the parents are condoning that. You know what your kid be doing. Or if you don't know what your kid be doing, why don't you know what your kid be doing? Why don't you know your kid? Why does your kid not have no guidance, bro? To where they feel like they get their influence maybe from music or maybe from OG who's teaching them the streets. Like these kids should not be dying before the age of 18. These kids should not be so depressed that they feel like they have to go to drugs and pills to feel like that's the only way they can cope with their pain. Like I feel like this generation is the most depressed with kids, bro. Than I've ever. Well, I can't say than I've ever seen. I'm only 23, but like the shit is sad to see, man. Like these kids is real life depressed. They real life losing their homeboys. They real life seeing their homeboys die, and they ain't get no therapy. Like us losing somebody, yeah, it'd be hard, but can you imagine like 14, 15-year-olds seeing their homeboy die and having to learn how to cope with that? We wasn't raised on what to do if we see somebody get murdered. So can you just imagine what's going through their head? They have to see somebody get murdered and they don't even know how to talk about it. So they just go to drugs. Or they angry. So they about to go get the person or find the person who killed their partner. And then they end up dead. That's all I gotta say about that.
I feel like this all starts from building up our community's wealth in general to kind of take, I mean, yeah, you can, I mean, because all the city wants to do is, arrest people for, niggas for selling drugs and shit like that. But I mean, they don't really ask why these niggas are selling drugs,
Right.
And they arresting them just because, I mean, it's just putting money back into the city. But I mean, really, if we, if more people come together and we build this wealth so that like niggas don't have to be out in the streets all the time. Like, because I mean, at the end of the day, everything stems from not having enough money. I mean, not having enough. Like the niggas started selling drugs from the fucking get go, nigga. Not because a nigga was bored, this and that. No, nigga saw it was profitable, and nigga started selling drugs. Nigga that nigga wanted fast money. Nigga needed to feed his family, and didn't have nowhere else to go. Like that's how it go. But it's not the same thing for white people. They got, yeah, there's some white drug dealers out there, but a lot of them, they got it good, and it's because I mean that's what they're taught. They're taught up and brought up more with more education on financial stability and more help with their finances than black people. Because I mean, even look at what was the nigga? What rapper said that he was selling drugs with his mama?
2 Chainz.
2 Chainz. 2 Chainz was selling with his mama. They was just trying to make it, like literally trying to fucking get eat. And I mean, really, it's just like, yeah, we can take the drugs away, take everything away, but we still need to replace the main problem that all this started from, and it's from being behind a whole entire race, like financially. And I mean, at that, I feel like a lot of more of the wealthy black people have to come together and put more money into their communities and put more money into showing more ways to make the younger black generation more wealthy.
Okay. I wanna take it to a different direction a little bit, and not even, I guess, to the other side of the gun violence spectrum, which would be obviously like tragic events, like school shootings, like major events with more than just like one person, where it's not personal, it's more like, I don't know, it'd be a group, but like, uh, yeah, I really don't know what to say. Besides, there's like a, I feel like everyone was taught that school shooters are like kids who were bullied and like they had problems. But like anybody who has been to school, a high school in the last 10 years can tell you for a fact that most school shooters are the kids that tried to cause problems and it didn't work out because no one cared. Like it was those and like it was literally it was the bullies who didn't make it. That's literally what most school shooters are. The bullies, they tried to be bullies, they tried to weird people out, they tried to make everyone uncomfortable, and it didn't work. So they took another route. They ended up harming somebody. There's 22 incidents involving gun violence every single day in America for children between the ages of 1 and 17. That is a number that is 22 times higher than what it should be. 22 times a day. I don't remember what the death toll is. I think it's like 2. But that's still way too high.
So the question is, how come when white people shoot up schools, it's like, oh, they've been through all of this, but then when a black kid gets arrested for some shit, they don't get that sob story. They don't get the picture with them being a little kid. They get the worst picture possible.
Wait, are we just talking about gun violence in general?
Yeah, just gun violence in general. No?
Yeah, that's why I was confused. Why you was talking about school shooters?
I thought we were talking about gun violence with children, right?
No, we talking about black people.
Oh, okay.
Fuck no white people.
You brought up the bowl cutters.
Yeah, no,
I a nigga ain't gonna shoot up a school.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. That's why I said I was gonna take it.
It's the bowl cutters. It's the bowl cutters. That's what I call.
Yeah,
they getting. Some of them do get bullied too, though. You can't even lie. Like some of the, but
don't shoot on no damn school, man.
We're gonna cut that part.
But what is up with it? You don't know before we get off topic because we already been on this podcast for a long time.
No, it's like 10:45.
Right. Okay. So do you wanna? We gonna let you know? Okay.
We just gonna let it ride. We gonna let it ride.
Yeah, that was our last. It was a good talk.
It was a great talk.
I enjoyed it.
Yeah, I enjoyed it too.
We really talked about some shit up in here.
Like and subscribe.
Yeah.
I've always wanted to say that.
Yeah, tell them again.
Yeah, like and subscribe, share the podcast, let people know, we talk about, we only have, this will be our second video, but we're gonna talk about some more real shit. Like
no, that this was a good one. All right, so we gotta so basically people be doing this thing where like you gotta make a pose so I can use it as a thumbnail. So make a pose every time. They'll be like,
hell yeah, get your ass in here.
Yeah, come on, D.
Come on. You're a family. Yeah.
We gonna keep that in.
I feel like we took Kodak.
All right.
But I mean, I feel like we should take some topic suggestions from the.
Yeah, no, that's where I got my mental health questions from.
Oh yeah, keep dropping shit in the comments.
Yeah, so y'all can ask people too. What people want to hear.
Please don't brand me as Uncle Tom.
He's whitewashed.
There's a lot worse niggas out there than me.
Yeah, no, listen. If you took everything we said and you twisted, something wrong with you.
Yeah.
But we hope y'all enjoyed. Y'all can send us some topics, like and subscribe for real. I'm KDike. This is
Dree.
This is easy, and I gotta go get me some drink.
KC.
Yeah.